Yeah, I want to get a couple more comments about this. Is the close down clock on that counted down to September 9th, 2012. And it's like old news, right? It's not old news. And I'm not one of these, I realize the average person, God, they bite into conspiracies left and right. God. And it's like they're their own worst enemies in a lot of ways. I realize that the middle class is their own worst enemies. This is like the common thing. They eat it up. It's not too good that they do that too much, but this clock was legit, and I'm going to tell you what the deal is. You can, and it's good if you want to watch. I was watching this video. If you look it up on YouTube, it's called Romney Exposed, about Romney, Mitt Romney. Now, I said I'm not voting for him, and I don't like Obama. I'm voting for Gary Johnson. Now, this clock counted down to 9/9/2012, and a lot of people thought, hey, that's the end of the Paralympics, and they were going to blow up the Olympics maybe or something. But I quipped, and I says, well, maybe they're just lighting a fuse. The demons from hell are coming out. But I have this sense about me. And I don't want to say I have a sense about me, but I'm more or less in tune with a lot of stuff. I have a mentality that's a little different from a lot of people's. 9/9/12 was the beginning of something. And that was the Muhammad movie. The Muhammad movie that came out. And I says that makes sense that was the movie it was released on that date, and it was to piss off, the Muslim or Islamic world. Now, I don't want people to get all freaking out about everything, because it's like, if I told you Adolf Hitler was going to do all this bad stuff and kill 6 million Jews, the middle class would probably sit there with their thumbs up their ass and not do a damn thing about it anyway. It's like, they just, I don't know what the hell they would do. They wouldn't do anything anyway. They're screwed up, That's when I really get mad at the middle class, too, because it's even if you gave them something, or they overreact and they just get in these crazy freaking. I really got a lot of problem with the middle class themselves, too. This is really why the elite get away with so much crap. Middle class, it's his own worst enemy for the most part. Not all, but the majority, forget about it. But this 9/9 date was legit. This clock was legit. They were telling you something. I'm pretty damn sure of it. Now, the reason, like, I watched this thing, it was pretty long. It was like 40-something minutes, Romney Exposed. But that movie about the Prophet Muhammad wasn't named that movie in the beginning. It was called, get this, The Desert Warrior. And it was being put together, and the actors didn't even know they were making a movie about Muhammad. All the lines that the actors uttered in that movie, were totally different. That movie was totally dubbed in later and translated into Arabic so it could be pushed all around in the Islamic and Muslim world. So no-brainer, slam dunk. What do you think the intention of that movie was? And Romney Exposed goes into a hell of a lot more than that. There's a lot more in that. I'm kind of glossing over it. Now, the other thing I was talking about is the 11 years after 9/11, 2001. 9/11, 2012, 11 years later. The attack in the Libyan embassy against Christopher Stevens and all that actually started on 9/11. So 11 years, and then he was killed 9/12. A few hours, like in the wee hours of the morning, because it lasted for several hours. Now, one other slam dunk they put. There's several slam dunks. I'd like people to actually look at that, but it's legit that the 9/9 date. This clock was put out by the guys, the guys that, the Illuminati or whatever the hell you want to call them, It wasn't BS. It wasn't a scam. And the other thing is, I don't want to put too much out on here because there's a lot of stuff. Anyway, the statement coming out from Hillary Clinton about one of the members being killed that was in the embassy. At the time, they only knew one member was killed. 2 minutes later, a statement came out from the Romney camp condemning the Hillary administration, or the Clinton administration, not the Clinton administration, but the Obama administration, and how it was being handled by Hillary Clinton. 2 minutes later, the Romney camp had a rebuttal that they supposedly got together with all the people and, made this statement. In other words, both statements came out at the same time, so they basically knew what the hell was going on. They all knew what was happening at the same time. So it tells you, like, it hints, pretty much screams that they had beforehand knowledge of what was going on. And they had another thing in there about a reporter, and you can look back what it was. I'm not going to get into all the details, but it was a guy called Gary Webb. I think it was in 2004. He was shot twice in the head, and it was a suicide. So, the second bullet was a suicide. So how did he do? He did the first one and the second one. You know what? I could tell you a couple stories. I'm not going to tell you stuff I know about. I was thinking about it yesterday, but I'm not. Screw that, because that's just going to... but anyway, a lot of this stuff, that some of these things, I think people get off on too far of tangents and stuff, and they don't have that type of I don't know, I'm probably on with this exactly correct. This clock meant something, 9/9. It's the beginning of the uprising in the Muslim world, man. That's what's going on. So, I don't know what the hell to tell you after that, but that's pretty much what's going on. The clock wasn't bullshit. It really meant something. And, the proof basically is they made the movie Muhammad. They released it on 9/9, upset the Muslim world. Also, you had all those attacks in Afghanistan against the bases and stuff. And, the movie, the people in the movie that were making the movie didn't know they were making a movie called The Prophet Muhammad. It was the Desert Warrior, and they're just making these stupid lines. They weren't even saying anything about Islam or Muhammad. That was all dubbed in later, then translated into Arabic and released on 9/9/2012. So, there you go. But giving you this information, I don't know what the hell. How does that help you? I don't know. But it's like telling you this, and this is the way I'm going to put it. The Illuminati conspiracy theories are correct, but the middle class sure seems to panic and go in the wrong direction. And man, they just eat up. They just get things so freaking wrong, it's unreal. But another line they had from that little expose on Romney Exposed was... about Cheney saying something about Romney, that Romney would be the best president to have in office during another 9/11 style attack. It makes you think that there's going to be I don't know. That's what I think. But my plan is this. I'm not working in some freaking high tower office up in New York or Chicago, Sears Tower, I'm staying the hell away from it. You can have all your prestige, the hell with that garbage. That's all I got to say. So, it kind of goes around. It's like a risky maneuver. So, the 9/9/12 date was good. It wasn't BS. And the 9/11, 2012, 11 years later, that was the beginning of the attack on the embassy. So... I don't want to because knowing the way the average middle class is, man, they get into this shit left and right. It's correct, but don't get on tangents. Stick with the facts. Don't vote for Romney and don't vote for Obama. I mean, that's the best thing I could tell you. Go vote for Jesse Ventura, even if he isn't running for president. The hell with it. That's probably the only thing I could tell you. And in California, in San Diego County, I remember Ross Perot actually won the election in that county back when he was running. Enough independent-minded people win, do their thing. It works. And just like, all these jerks in the Illuminati, they're funding, whatever you want to call them, I don't know. They fund us a lot of things. If they get defunded from Congress, they'll get funding through black ops and drugs. People taking drugs for fun, basically what they're doing is they're giving it to the jackasses on the top. That's what they're doing, one way or the other. They're making a contribution to them. So the middle class can stop this crap in 2 seconds flat. They got to get away from the giddy rumors and stick with the facts. But this clock was probably legit. Probably wasn't a scam.